Tech facing Oklahoma in the Big 12 semis in Dallas a day after the Red Raiders upset Texas first half. Hollis Price, and he's just upsetting. The steal and then the pull-up. Oklahoma up 12 at halftime. Under 40 seconds left now. Tech hanging around. They're down 4. Kasib Powell double clutches the N18. Red Raiders within 2, and Knight going to get the ball back. Next OU possession. Price, he's their money guy. Well, not so much. Tech ball, Kelvin Sampson, your thoughts? Exactly. Sooners scored only 18 points in the second half. Tech possession, Robert Thomas Shack. Nice entry pass to Kasib Powell, and this thing's tied up at 56. Time running out. Price going to try and win it. Big 12 Player of the Year, one-on-one with Powell, and he can't get a good shot off, and we are headed to overtime. In OT, shot clock running down. Evie Arah knocked away, recovers. Desperation heave. Sooners up 3. Arah had 7 of his 17 in the OT. Just over a minute left. Oklahoma up 1. Josh Washington loses it. Price for the basket. He had 26, and the Sooners are up 3. Next possession, Thomas Shack. This is the short floater, and oh, you got to hit those, and he knows it. Got to knock that down. Oklahoma advanced to the Big 12 championship for the 4th straight year. So Bob Knight beats Texas, takes Oklahoma into overtime. Are the Red Raiders in? Was it good enough? ESPN's bracketologist Joe Lunardi tells us yes or no on Tech and the other bubble balancers. That's coming up later in this program. Oklahoma advancing to face the Big 12 tournament final. Missouri-Kansas survivor. This is the semis, second half. Kirk Hinrich tries to steal it from Arthur Johnson. He gets called for the foul, and the Hinrich maneuver, he'd have to leave with 4, finish with only 12 points. And the Tigers going to make a run. Ricky Paulding for 3. Mizzou within 6. Then Trevon Bryant gets it to go. 2 of his 18. Tigers down 1, trying to snap a 5-game losing streak against KU. Hinrich back in there, and the Jayhawks work it to Bryant. Nash, his only hope of the game. Under 4 minutes to go. Paulding, another 3. Tied at 61. Paulding at 21, hit 5 threes. Johnson, tough. Missouri up 2. Johnson at 12. Under 45 seconds left. Michael Lee just can't handle this one, and Mizzou wins 68-63. So the Tigers into their first Big 12 final since 1997. Watch the hair.
Last week, North Carolina State blew an 11-point second-half lead, lost to Wake Forest. Julius Hodge called that a rib shot that really hurt. This would be a face shot, and it had to hurt. Hodge would take a breather after the Josh Howard mugging. After that, he was breathless. Hodge for 3. NC State opens the second half on an 11-2 run. More from the Jewels of Harlem on his way to stardom. Wolfpack up double digits. Hodge looking pretty. Wake coming back down just 4 with 10+ to play. Hodge for 3, and the 4th foul on Howard, who was just 6 of 21 from the field. He had 21. Hodge finishes with a career-high 31. NC State finishes off Wake 87-83 to advance to the ACC tournament final for the 2nd straight season.
Dukies and Tar Heels. Winner gets the Wolfpack Sunday. Sean May playing for the first time since December 27th. Broke his foot. Last Sunday, Raymond Felton got elbowed in the face at the Dean Dome. Matt Doherty and Chris Collins got into it. So some bad blood. Less than a week later, we're back to Saturday, and Doherty and Collins meet, but Duke assistant Johnny Dawkins will not shake Matt Doherty's hand. That is disrespecting him right there. Some disrespecting going on there. 5 minutes in, welcome back, Sean May. First touch. Finished with 4 points. Dukie's up 4, though. Later, Chris Duhon backdoor to Dante Jones. 10 for Jones. Duke up 9. Time winding down first half. J.J. Redick for 3. 54-33 Dukies at the half. They shot 61% in the first half. Redick had 9 in the game. Second half, Daniel Ewing had 19. Goes off the dribble there. And now Johnny Dawkins will shake your hand. Dukies go for their 5th straight ACC tournament title Sunday against the Wolfpack.
Big East title game, Pittsburgh and Connecticut. Rematch of last year's title till, won by the Huskies in double OT. You remember, legal flashback. Brandon Knight hurt a knee and then tried to go Willis Reed. This year, it's a bad ankle for Knight, who had a good night. Belts an early triple, Pitt by 4. Knight stayed up most of the night prior to this dribble, getting treatment on that ankle. Treats Julius Page to the dish. 4 first-half assists and 10 points for Knight. The Huskies are trying to tie Georgetown's record of 6 tournament titles. Denham Brown will tie this game in the second half with 2+1. Pitt then runs off 6 straight. Page, the steal, and he runs from one end to the other. He'd earn the tournament MVP award. Teammate Ontario Lett, well, he gets the Spoiled Sport Award. Fouled out, and then he's going to blame it on the ice water. Lucky he didn't get teed. Connecticut with just 19 second-half points. No team has lost this game 3 straight times. Pittsburgh, make sure that they are not the first. 74-56. Good night. Pittsburgh wins its first ever Big East tournament title. Just 2 years ago, the Panthers were handed the biggest defeat in Big East title game history by Boston College. Last year, we mentioned the double OT loss to UConn. Revenge was a dish best served by Knight.
Yeah, for Ohio State, a day after upsetting top-ranked Wisconsin, the 8th-seeded Buckeyes facing 5th-seeded Michigan State in the Big Ten semis in Chicago. Brent Darby had 23, elbow foul. Ohio State up as many as 19 in the first half. Buckeyes start losing their big guys, though. Sean Jenkins gone, Velimir Radanovic gone, and enter seldom-used freshman Charles Bass right there. Charlie, get in there. Played just 43 minutes all season, 6 points, did not attempt a free throw during the year. Remember that. First offensive possession with Bass in there. Well, it's a little rusty. Under 4 minutes to go. Spartans down 2. Maurice Ager open for Troy. Ager led MSU with 15. Spartans have their first lead. Under a minute to go. Darby here, Bass there. Yeah. Oh, he said he was rusty. Under 20 seconds to go. Away from the ball, Jason Andreas trying to foul Bass. And finally, Tom Izzo, they're going to whistle the foul. So Bass, remember, he never shot a free throw all year long, will go to the line, and there is the call at last. So Bass, his first career attempt, tie game, 6.1 to go. Not pretty, but it went. I don't believe that. Buckeyes up 1. They fouled the right guy, and as you can see, he can't shoot free throws to save his life, but he banked it in. Second one. Yeah, and the bank not going in there. So Chris Hill at the buzzer, this for the win. Ohio State into the Big Ten final. How about the freshman's freebie?
I took it personally. That's why I was smiling the whole time, because I mean, for them to try to foul me, they never seen me before. I mean, I guess they just thought I didn't have that confidence in myself to hit a free throw. I mean, it went off the backboard, but hey, you know.
Buckeyes threatening to steal an NCAA bid. They're into Sunday's Big Ten title tussle.
Yeah, will it be Indiana or Illinois for the Buckeyes? Big Ten Player of the Year, Brian Cook. Hope it's the latter. First half, 6'10" Cook, posting up 6'3" A.J. Moye. Advantage Cook. He had 14 in the first half. Illinois up 5. Less than 2 minutes to the break, and Bracy Wright is a headbanger. Woozy, but he would return a minute later. Luther Head's chin is going to meet Marshall Strickland's head. Head broke a tooth, but it was Strickland who never returned, and from a broken tooth to a backbreaker head for 3. Caps a 17-2 run. Illinois leads by 16 at the half. 12 seconds left. Indiana now down just 5. Tom Coverdale, 19 of his 21 came in the second half. He was 4 of 8 from distance. Team was 8 of 16 from beyond the arc. Hoosiers down just 2. Illinois missed 4 of 10 free throws in the final seconds. Cook fouled on the inbounds. He's not missing. He drills 2, finishes with 25. Fighting Illini win at 73-72. Illinois, Ohio State Sunday for the Big Ten title.
John Chaney trying to play his way in. Underdog Temple getting Dayton in the A-10 final first half. Owls with their typical zone D. Ramon Marshall attacks the middle. Top shelf for Sean Finn. Marshall had 10 assists. Finn had a career-high 20 points. Flyers up 15 at halftime. Second half, good ball movement. Marshall for Throy. Chaney down 16 and ripping into his Owls. Marshall had 16 points in the game. Owls come back. Brian Polk dribble and drive. He had a game-high 22. Temple within 7. But Dayton, nice passing. Finn will finish, and the Flyers win their first ever A-10 championship. John Chaney finishes 15 and 15. He misses the NCAA tournament for the second year in a row.
These guys are 3 of our warriors that I just feel badly about. I mean, they just wouldn't die. I really felt bad because we're losing Alex, and he's one of my sons.
A week ago, USC needed a win just to qualify for the Pac-10 Conference Tournament. Now it's in the finals against Oregon. First half, USC down 10. Desmond Farmer gets on his Trojan horse, scored 19 first-half points. But at the half, Coach Bibby said he was being selfish. Farmer responded by going 0 for 7 in the second half. We're still in the first 20. Cool hand Luke to cool hand Luke. Ridnour to Jackson for the Dunkin' Donut. Jackson had 17. Another view of these two. Oregon outscored USC 13-4 to end the half, ahead by 2. Second half, USC reserve guard Roy Smiley breaks his lower left leg. Trojans trailing by 14 when he's carried off. Team carries on. Derek Craven scored 11 consecutive. He's 1 minute younger than his twin brother Eric, who brought his driver's license. USC within 90 seconds. Ridnour, Pac-10 tourney and the tournament MVP. He misses. Jackson doesn't. Oregon 74-66. Fifth-seeded Ducks become the lowest seed to win this tourney in its 6-year existence. It's been forever since the Catamounts played a championship game in the America East. 13 years ago, against BU, who was making its 13th title game visit. We visit Case Gym. 3 minutes to play. Ryan Butt making his case for a highlight. Triples as the shot clock expires to put the Terriers up 1. Game clock ready to expire. Vermont still down 1. David Hayne hits the floater. Vermont's feeling warm and fuzzy. Time to listen to the fantastic finish.
They get in the car. Not there. And for the first time in 103 years of basketball, the Vermont Catamounts are going to the NCAA tournament.
Catamounts 56-55. First trip to the field of 65.
Conference USA title game, Louisville and UAB at Freedom Hall. Rick Pitino used to coach at BU over there. Second half, Luke Whitehead saves it and then gets the outlet, and Luke Whitehead going to take it the distance for 2. Make it 3. Whitehead 17 points and 14 boards. Less than 2 minutes to go. Morris Finley, the steal. Gets swatted by Francisco Garcia, but Sidney Ball follows. Elbow foul. And the Blazers hanging around. They're down 3. Next UAB possession, Finley for 3. He had 20, 78-76. Final 35 seconds. UAB down 1. Finley, the steal. Put it up. This for the lead off the side of the backboard. So it goes to Louisville. Bad shot selection. You had all kinds of time there. Eric Bush down 3, goes for... You need a 3! Focus! Cardinals win their first Conference USA tournament. That's brutal. SEC semis in New Orleans. Tubby's Wildcats and Auburn. First half, Marcus Daniels, Brandon Robinson. 17 for Robinson. Auburn within 4. Tigers hanging around with some defense here. Daniels strips, and Nathan Watson will finish. Tied at 36 at halftime. Could be an upset. First half, Kentucky only 1 of 11 behind the arc. Auburn's Brandon Robinson had 13 first half points. That's the first half summary. Let's look at the second half, where it was a different story. Keith Bogan straightaway 3. This guy will kill you. He had 13. Wildcats rolling. Chuck Hayes. Chuck gets the tip in. And Cliff Hawkins knocks down a 3. He had 9. Gerald Fitch for 3. He had 13. Kentucky, 24 boards in the second half compared to Auburn's 11. 5 of 9 from 3. Kentucky wins 78-58, 22 in a row. Kentucky gets the LSU Mississippi State winner in Sunday's SEC final.
All right, what team will it be? Late first half, Mississippi State up 8. Derek Zimmerman arrowed right there. Cutting to the hoop, and Ontario Harper finding Zimmerman with the finish. Zim finished with 9 points, 9 rebounds, 11 assists. Final seconds of the first half, Collis Temple III endeavors to persevere. LSU ends the half on an 8-0 run down at Deuce. Second half, Zimmerman to Mario Austin. Says he'll be back for his senior season. Mississippi State by 8. More Zimmerman hustling to get the basketball. Timmy Bowers, he led all scorers with 26. It's not a Bulldog highlight without a little telestration, is it, Steve?
It's not a highlight without telestration.
This one involves Zim to Bowers. He was 6 of 9 from 19-9. 76-61. Coach Rick Stansberry's 100th win. 101's going to be a little tougher. That'll be Kentucky Sunday.
0-6 versus Tulsa since joining the WAC 3 years ago and facing the Golden Hurricane in the tournament title game. Kevin Johnson, the big block. Jarius Glenn, the finish, and Tulsa's down 3. Second half, Jason Parker to lay in. 2 of his 10, 44-32 Tulsa. Dante Swanson then. Yeah, you're dancing. Rebound to Glenn, 15 for Glenn. Tulsa wins, 75-64. Golden Hurricane win the WAC, their third trip to the NCAAs in 4 years.
Mid-American Conference Championship, Kent State, Central Michigan, and Chippewa's Chris Kaman showing the world why he is the MAC Player of the Year. He went for 25 points, had 13 rebounds, 5 assists. Kent State went to the final a year ago, in trouble this year. Chippewa's, they went to the final 8 a year ago. Chippewa's began the second half on a 16-2 run. Kaman, one of his 4 blocks, and then Kaman, turnaround Jay. Central Michigan hasn't been to the tourney since Thunder Dan Marley shot him in 16 years ago. That changes, 77-67. They're in. Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference Championship. Hampton in South Carolina. Thurman Zimmerman with the old-fashioned three-point play. 19 of his 21 came in the second half. South Carolina State began this game down 26-6, but it's not how you start, but how you finish. Hampton cannot finish. State controls the board. Time to lose control of your emotions, Coach. 72-67. South Carolina State in the field of 65.
Mountain West Championship game. This is Colorado State and UNLV at the Thomas and Mack. State's Matt Nelson gets knocked in the eye. He's their leading scorer, but he'd have to go back to the locker room. He can't even see out of his left eye. It's so bad. Under a minute to go in regulation. Brian Green goes under the defense, 2 of his 22. Colorado State trails by 1. Final seconds. Marcus Banks rejected by Matt Williams, and look at the hustle play by Williams to save it. CSU gets a timeout. Under 10 seconds to go. Green rams up 1. Vegas then turns it over. They're forced to foul. Green's fired up, and Nelson comes back to watch the game with his one good eye. 2.6 seconds to go. Marcus Banks, desperation heave. Colorado State on UNLV's home floor upsets Vegas. They are the Mountain West champs, their first tourney trip since 1990. Finalists is Cal Poly San Luis Obispo in the dark jerseys, in Utah State flying high in the white. Mark Brown to Cardell Butler, but Cal Poly makes it close. Jason Allen, it's a 2-point gain. Cal Poly down 3, 8.1 to go. Allen will dribble up this to try and send it into overtime. Utah State, these guys own the Big West. They have now won 4 of the last 6 Big West tournament titles.
Southwestern Athletic Conference title game. Coach Ronnie Courtney's Texas Southern club favored to beat Alcorn State. First half, his Tigers up 10. Rakeem Hollis realizes the baseline's not his friend. Teammate Lionel Willis is. Hollis 9 assists to go with his 18 points. Second 20, Hollis and Willis firm believers that if some is good, more is better. Let's do it again. Willis with the finish. He's not finished on the highlight, but Davey Whitney and Alcorn State are 77-68. Break it up. Texas Southern in the field of 65.